just like the love we made.
Hi guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video, guys, is all about the new tribals and how much they stink, okay? Well, let's just go through them one by one. These will be the tribals, of course, that go into the next Mega Crab. Start with Spirit Dancer. Gold production plus 50%. Well, we always like gold. I prefer it as gold reward as opposed to gold production, but we'll take it. Generally, this means that the bases you'll attack will have more gold on them. However, this is more so for lower VP than higher VP. The reason why is that higher VP people are on a lot more often. They're checking their bases, they're collecting their gold, and they're spending their gold. So they tend to still generally have less gold overall. At lower VP levels, where people log in maybe once a day, maybe once every other day, they're going to have a lot more gold, like you know, in their what do you call it, the villages or whatever produces gold, guys. So you'll actually get more out of it by raiding people at lower VP than higher VP. But hey, it's something. It's better than nothing. You know how we like gold, and we're going to need gold in this tribal too. Okay, moving right around. Ice Guard tribe up here. Boom cannon damage. I don't have all the raw crystals to dump in, but I would dump it there anyway if I had them. Only reason is, you know, when tanks and stuff like that come into my base, if I get a couple shots on them, I want to hurt them more. That's about it. It's really not that special. It will hurt things like, obviously, TGM type combos. Even Scorchers, which we'll get to that because we have a Scorcher damage buff here too. So I guess it'll kind of help go against some of those Scorchers that you might see raiding your bases more because of their Ember Fury tribal. But anyway, whatever, it's like that. So as far as the defensive ones go, it's the better one of the two, because looking at Frost Banner tribe, we got Rocket Launcher health. I mean, if you're just full of resources and you're worrying about defense, okay, put it in there. That'll make things like RZCM a bit more tricky, because obviously we like to BART out those rocket launchers. So I believe that'll get up to plus 50% as well. So that's going to make RZCM tricky. And basically, RZCM is the only thing that's really going to be viable at higher level player base raids during this tribal. So that's just made it a little bit harder. Okay, moving down to the Fire Spike tribe. We have Cryoneer health plus 60%. Wow. Who really cares? Let's be honest. Now, the only thing that's going to do is potentially save you a little bit of gold. Maybe a cryo lives where it otherwise would have died because the healer couldn't get there in time or something like that with RZCM. But okay, I mean, we'll take it, but it's very lackluster. I'm not sure which was worse, the Cryoneer damage or the Cryoneer health. Probably the damage. Probably the damage one was worse, but they're both pretty not so good. Okay, well, here we go. The Ember Fury tribe, Scorcher damage plus 50%. I'll get into this in a little bit more detail, comparing it to tanks, but I mean, it's something, guys. Scorchers don't work on bases with a lot of ice, though, which basically means I'm not going to be using it that much for PvP rating. But for lower level stuff, for NPC clearing and no boost bases, you know, we'll do some Scorcher runs. Maybe we'll even do some of those in the video today here. And finally, the only tribe that's actually worth anything at all, and it's decent for sure, is the Lifewell tribe with Gunboat Energy plus 50%. Okay, thank you. That's at least something good. That's basically the equivalent of 3 perfect Guardians minus 1%, right? Because the Guardians are 17%. 17 times 3 is 51. Or you can think of it as 1.5 boosted Guardians extra. This might give you some leverage to rearrange statues more for the Mega Crab. Because obviously if you're getting more GBE from the tribes, you need less of it from your statues and probably more troop damage, troop health. But we need to wait and see what the flavor of the crab will be, and we need to see how all these things will harmonize. I'm really hoping for some good crab boosts or whatever it might be, because these tribals are not impressive at all. So hopefully the tribals are kind of toned down a bit to complement what we're about to see in the crab. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's about it. We'll go into the Scorcher damage a little bit more at that plus 50%. I think I need to start an operation real quick for my group. Make sure there's no messages. All right, yeah, we'll start up curtain call again. We have the intel. Yes, we do. Okay. Not worrying about that right now in this video, but our op time just rolled over. See, here's my op boat. Gold? Sweet, we got gold. Okay, excellent. Not a very successful op, if you can tell by the amount of gold that was on that boat, but we won't get into that. Actually, I had a pretty okay, decent hit. Well, I didn't. Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm part of the problem, too. So the Scorcher health. Where is our armory? I'm sorry, Scorcher damage, right? So here's the thing. Do a little math. You know, that's what Shish Kebab likes to do. Let's just not worry about the boost. I am Masterpiece boosted right now. We're going to go out and do some map clearing in a second. But, yeah, damage per second, 975, okay? Unit size, 21, so obviously we're only fitting one of them in our max landing craft. I'm feeling like this is one of the things that kind of hurts Scorchers because we've got basically wasted landing craft space, but I digress. Damage per second, 975. Okay, that's great. What's the tanks? The tanks is at 556, but at max landing craft you get 3 of them, okay? So 3 times 556 is approximately 1650, or what is that, 1668, something like that? Yeah. Anyway, we'll just call it 1650 DPS, and so that's quite a bit more, right? 1650 DPS. Now let's go back at the Scorcher, 975. Yeah, just round it up to 1,000, okay? Make it simple math. Now, if we add 50% for the tribal to that, that's 1,500. 1,500 is still less than the 1650 or the 1668, whatever you want to call it there. And so the point is even with the boosted Scorcher damage, they're still not as strong as 3 boats of tanks, and that's with no boost. Obviously, once you start adding troop damage boosts into that, the Scorchers pull further away from the tanks. Like the Scorchers are over here. They go down. Tanks pull away from the Scorchers even more once you start putting more boosts to their base stats. So like, you know, with me, I've got, what am I rocking here? 3 troop damage? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So once you start adding that in there too, the Scorchers will never keep up with the tanks. There's one exception, though, that I need to note about this. The math isn't quite that simple when it comes to Scorchers. There's another element to Scorcher damage which you guys must be aware of. They set the targets on fire. Okay, well this you got to actually somehow factor in as well, right? Here's your burn damage stat. It says extra burning damage over 5 seconds. The base damage on that is 2250, but that's 2250 over the full 5-second duration, right? So, more math time, huh? That's about 400 and, what is that, 450? Something like that? Yeah, it's exactly 450 more damage per second. But you're not burning your targets all the time, okay? Like, I mean, it's only when the Scorchers, like, I mean, I guess technically you are. Let's think about this. Actually, you always are burning, you're always getting that burning damage, and then when the Scorchers pull away from it, then all you're getting is that burning damage. But while you're attacking the target, you're actually getting that 975 plus the 450. I just realized that. I was thinking this was done outside of it. So because of that, it does start to put the Scorchers up at a little bit of a better level with the tanks, because really you do need to add that. You need to add that 450 to the 975, which gets you pretty darn close to 3 boats tanks already. And then you put another 50% on top of that, it does get a lot better. So, you know what, I take back what I said here. The Scorcher damage is beneficial. Obviously, what I said still about tanks pulling away more at higher levels is true. As you keep adding more damage to the equation, the difference between the Scorchers and the tanks will get closer. But actually, it looks like the Scorchers will do more than the 3 tanks. I wasn't thinking about the burning damage properly earlier. So basically, a Scorcher, if we just consider the burning damage plus the base damage, that's 450 plus 975 is 1425 DPS, right? 1425 plus 50% is quite a bit. You're looking at 2137 or something like that. So 2100 DPS is way better than the 1650 or 1668, whatever it was that we saw with tanks. So keep that in mind. I think this might mean that Skanks are going to do a little bit better, you know, the Scorcher tank combination, a little bit better in Mega Crab, but we have to wait and see what the crab bonuses are, guys. Okay, I don't have a very tough map today, not like yesterday's. There's a couple 0 levels on here, so we're going to load all Scorchers for that. And You know what? We'll throw in a boat of cryos too. I know the fire and ice doesn't mix well, but hey, it's cryo tribal as well, huh? And yeah, we'll just leave Everspark with her critter swarm. Something fun like this. Well, cryos are only going in there to make it look cool, to make it be cool, and well, you know, tribal stuff. Anyway, here's 0 level base, guys. Let's just jump right into it and take him out. Hope you guys are having a fantastically awesome day, too, as always. And please let me know in the comments what you think about these tribals. If there's anything I missed, any little subtleties that you think I should be aware about, please let me know. Wow, this guy has a lot of PSC. Good for you, sir. Okay, well, basically with Scorchers, it's, you know, boom cannons and shock launchers and junk like that we worry about. But there's really no need to worry about anything. Let's just kind of fan them all out across the beach here. Guess we got the cryos in the middle. That works out. That's where I would have dropped them anyway, but that was a mistake, a fortunate one. I'll get a critter swarm, critters on the flanks. Start taking out the shock launcher, 1 barrage, 1 artillery. We'll get his friend in the back with 1 barrage and 1 artillery as well. Keeping an eye on where things are going. Things are dying pretty quickly. Still got critters. I just want to make sure we got kind of critters out in front, more or less. And then everyone's happy, because then those critters take the boom cannon shots and not Scorchers. It's arguable. Actually, it's not arguable. I think Bullet and Energy Drink is probably better than Sparky with something like this. But we're having fun with it. Sparky's a really good choice and as well, but I think Bullet in the end tends to work out better, especially for a skank combination, because the reason why Bullet tends to work out better with skanks, this isn't exactly a skank, this is more just Scorcher Cryo, but in regards to skanks, Bullet's always the better option, because after your Scorchers die, and they will eventually, assuming you're attacking hard stuff like Mega Crab, then you're just left with a bunch of tanks, and if it's Sparky and the tanks, they don't live nearly as long as Bullet and the tanks. So generally that's why I would say Bullet with Energy Drink and Scorchers and Skanks is generally the way to go. There could be a few arguments for Shock Knuckles on a few select bases, but in the end, Bullet dies sooner with Shock Knuckles, and it's hard to really find the value in that. Believe me, I've been looking for it. Unfortunately, I was wasting... Oh, yeah, I guess we should mention, hey, the new update's here, right? But what does that mean for us? Well, unless you're a max-level player and you're already, like, you know, tired and bored of Forlorn Hope, which there are some of you guys out there for sure, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It means that we have new Boom Cannon graphics, so that's cool, because the old Boom Cannon was so 2017, guys. What else did we learn? We know well, obviously the heroes, you know what? That's something I gotta start working on. How much does this cost to upgrade this bad boy now? 6.8 million. We'll wait for the Mega Crab on that. 6.8 million to upgrade Kavan, and Brick is 7.7 million. So we'll be using Mega Crab Gold for that to start those upgrades. Like I told you before as well, guys, I will be doing Kavan's second win first, but then I'll get to Brick right away after that. Anyway, yeah. So, let us see. We got another 0 level base. Let's take him out. Same combination. Worked pretty well last time. We had no losses. I don't think we had any prototypes to deal with, though, either, did we? Okay, this time at least we got some prototypes. Oh, yeah, Flotsam Cannon. They've changed that to where now, after the HQ is down, it will no longer kill troops when it explodes. Yeah, not really a big loss, because I found that people at the higher VP level, like, they didn't really fall for that trick more than once, so it wasn't working too well at the higher level, and at the lower level, it's probably just annoying and griefing to those players, so I'm okay with that change. I've also modified Sky Shield to scale with the health, so that's really cool, like with building health. It needed that badly. Anyway, let's focus on this attack here. We see a Shock Blaster, which will be our #1 priority. We'll just BART that bad boy out. We got 2 shock launchers on the sides over here. We'll keep those in mind. The Flotsam, well, Cryos might have some issues here with the Flotsam, but whatever. Let's just get right into it. We'll give them some diamonds and intel. This would be a bad idea to bring Cryos here, just because of the Flotsam. To let you know. And, you know, we could just BART it out. We've got extra GBE, guys, right? And we are Masterpiece boosted. Tell you what, we'll just BART both of those out. We got 2 barrage on the Shock Blaster. Got 1 barrage going into the Flotsam. So one of the good things, I guess, about BARTing out a Flotsam is that it does do damage to the surrounding buildings, so you get a little bit more value for it. See? It hurt that stuff a little bit. We'll take it. Still starting off with 124 GBE, guys, so we are doing okay with that. But anyway, let's just get everybody rolling out. Alright. Let them go through the mines first, then I'll start. Let's just put some shocks on the shock launchers and the cannons that are around those shock launchers. Now we'll put some critters sort of in the center up near the HQ. We'll do a critter swarm. I was waiting for all those mines in the front to get cleared out before I started going crazy with the critters, because otherwise the critters would just run over the mines. In this case, the Scorchers are much better mine clearers than the critters. Critters are there to take those that heavy damage from the boom cannons and stuff like that. Yeah, we're absolutely demolishing this base, guys, as we should. But yeah, it's pretty good. I was messing around last night with some unboosted attacks on an A-level base, trying to do some Scorcher stuff. But as expected, the damage is just not going to be there to really help. The Scorchers still have a certain amount of health, and as you start going into higher ice bases, they do more damage. So your Scorchers will die. They'll die sooner, which means they do less damage overall, which means it's just not that good. It's very hard to control a Scorcher, as you know, kind of like controlling Cryoneers. Yeah, anyway, the point is it's just not very viable for PvP stuff. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. The last tribal cycle was really good. It was challenging, but having that reduced shock bomb energy cost was quite amazing. I guess I've already done Hammerman, so I don't have to worry about the gold. Hammerman was pretty easy today. I'm sure you guys know that. I mean, I still have to worry, but what I'm thinking here out to myself is that we'll try the same combination on this HQ as well. But now we've got a little bit of boost here. Oh goodness, not this one. This guy's a 62, 132. Yeah, this guy went a little bit crazy on the damage. Yeah, we definitely don't want to throw that at this one. Another 6th level base, though, we will. How about this? This guy's a 6270. That's 2 masterpiece boosted, guys. That's what that is. 6270 is 2 boosted masterpieces. Verify those stats. 62 on the health and 70 on the damage is correct. Yeah, so what we see here is Shock Blaster 3. We've got 2 Shield Gen 3s to worry about, but it shouldn't really be too bad. Much of his single point is up front, which is great because that means we can take it out right away and it won't be messing with us for too long. Let's drop everybody on the right side and we'll BART out the Shock Blaster and just kind of take it from there. I'm thinking we might work our way all the way around the HQ, get this Shield Gen, farm up a whole bunch of GBE back here, and then come around to this one, but I just kind of need to see how things are coming into place. Let's go for it. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, and we'll even do 3 barrage into that Shock Blaster. I want my artillery to be cheap. There we go, and 1 artillery. Alright, that's good enough. Let's get everybody out. Okay, let's get some shocks out. We got stuff beating on our Scorchers. Let them clear the mines a little bit, and then I'll start doing more critter action. We'll go ahead and do a critter swarm. Put some mines in the center above. I'm sorry, we'll put some critters above the mines in the center. We'll go ahead and shock the cannon and boom cannon on the left. We will put some critters on the boom cannon to the 3 o'clock of the HQ. I really would like to put a shock around the 11 o'clock of the HQ right now to catch that shock launcher and boom cannon. But here we go. Come on, guys. Kill something else, please. There it is. Probably going to end up shocking the Scorcher in the process because it took so long. A reflare is definitely in order, but I would love to get that shock launcher out right now. A couple of our Scorchers are around. Get the shock launcher, guys. Okay, now let's reflare everybody down to where we said we were going to be. Let's, in fact, put a couple smokes out. Oh, whoops. I meant to flare the ground, not the item. Yeah, we've got some very low health Scorchers. They're pretty much all low health. See how quickly things change? I mean, just with boosted masterpieces. That's actually the reason I'm doing this. I'm just trying to show you the limits of their viability here. Let's move everybody off over to the side. While they're here, this is a really stupid idea, but I'll just throw down just a little bit of healing because I can, just to supplement some of this rocket damage that I know they're all going to be eating right now. Go ahead and do a critter swarm. We'll get some critters on the 4 o'clock side of the HQ. Nothing should be attacking it. And we'll go ahead and start wearing down the shield, but I don't think it's going to matter because we're coming after the shield gen. Right now we have a good supply of critters. Let's go ahead and do a critter swarm. Shock in hand. I don't really see a lot of things damaging our troops anymore. We will shock the cannon. We'll flare the cannon, in fact. I want to make sure it's down first. I would like to not lose any Scorchers, ideally. Okay, perfect. Shield Gen's going to fall. It did. And now the HQ is going to fall. But it was tight, guys. The health in some of these Scorchers got pretty dang low. And you can tell that it doesn't work after a certain point, okay? Anyway, yeah, I missed the Tribal Gren boost because now TGM 152, aka Bullet's Best, is not that good. So we're pretty much in a purely RZCM meta. Here's a 60-68. We can probably give it a go on this one as well. Take a look at what we got. We got the Hot Pot, we got the Shock Blaster, and there's a Shield Gen 3 hiding back there. We'll just get a value shock on the Hot Pot and the Shock Launcher, so we won't worry about that. We'll bar up Shock Blaster 3. Let's go. Alright. Let's go. 2 Barrage. I didn't really need that cheap artillery last time, did I? Although maybe I could have used it, I just wasn't thinking about it. 1 and 2 artillery, and 3. Alright, here we go. For this, we'll drop everybody in the middle, put some critters on the sides to... Oh, shoot. Well, I will mark the boom cannon. Whatever, let's just go with it. I forgot we weren't scouting. Okay, critters on the side. Actually, should have put critters right on the mortar, but it'll get there either way. Is the Hot Pot going to pop, or do I need to pop it? Okay, let's pop that Hot Pot. Oh, I don't have enough to shock it. Kill something, guys. There we go. Now we'll shock the Hot Pot. A little bit late. Oh yeah, by the way, the Scorchers cost a lot of GBE to drop. We'll have to cycle that shock. Do not want that Hot Pot scorching my Scorchers. We got boom cannons ripping us a new one, though. Let's do a Critter Swarm. I really should have just reset after dropping that artillery accidentally, but that's okay. Go ahead and shock those boom cannons on the right. By right, I mean left. I was looking at the one that's on the right. Oh, I'm horrible, guys. Okay, shock the single point on the right. This base is absolutely hurting us. In fact, let's just stop. Let's just stop the pain right now, guys, before we lose any more. Run away. Okay, so there you go. Scorchers and Cryos, we're done with them. We are done. It worked on the last base, not on this one. This one even has less health. So, switch it up to RZCM. I'm really super curious to read that text, but I can't in the chat because then I have to go edit my video, and I don't want to edit my video. It's a real pain in the rear having 2 different segments. I digress. Anyway, RZCM 3311. That will be the combination here. And now, well, shoot, let's check. Do they have the boosted rocket health? Oh yeah, they do. Okay, so because of that, hacking the rocket starts to make a lot more sense. So let's switch to the hack, to the universal remote, and we'll BART one of them out. We'll smoke our way to the back, hack one, and keep the other one under. Distracted under shocks, whatever, and kill it naturally. Was this the guy we were looking at? Nidus? I believe so. Okay, yeah, so we're just gonna smoke around to this area here, and I'll mark this rocket launcher. We'll hack it. I'll drop a shock to cover. You know what? I can value shock all 3 of these things. The machine gun, rocket launcher, actually all 4. Machine gun, rocket launcher, shock launcher, and shock blaster, whatever. I can get all 4 of those with a shock. That'll be beautiful, which means we BART this guy out. On the way there's a few mines. We'll drop some critters just right on top of that machine gun to eat up some of those mines, and I'll try to make sure my path takes us closer to this gold storage, in fact. And yeah, should be good. Well, it won't matter if the mines are gone anyway, huh? Any hidden mines behind the boom cannon? Yes, there is. Okay, whatever. Let's get into it. Overthinking it. Let's go, guys. Gonna definitely require some BART juice on this rocket launcher, but we do have some added GBE from our tribal to help us out with that. Let's go 2 barrage, a couple of artillery for sure, or maybe just 1. All right. Alright, that's cool. Beach is not hot. Let's see. I will draw. Oh, actually, it is with that shock. Let's do it like this. Let's drop those critters. Let's get everybody else out here. It's probably a really bad thing. I'm not even sure what I'm doing right now. Okay, let's flare them up over here. Just walk them right past that triple. I did not think this would go very through at all, guys. I guess we'll still go with it. How are we doing on GBE? Doing okay. Forgot to even mark the rocket, too. That always helps, huh? Let's mark the rocket as soon as my troops get past it. Put another flare up there for them. Okay, marking the rocket. Hacking. Shock and ham. We need to get that value shock right now. Okay, see what happens here. Put some critters up top. Probably going to want to cycle that value shock. Cycling. Okay, I think we'll be okay. That was a really, really horrible drop, though. But unfortunately, well, fortunately, I should say, his base design is also very horrible, and we got excessively valuable shocking. Alright. Shock all the junk on the bottom here. Don't want to get too close to that hot pot, so let's just shock it, because I feel like, yeah, he is scorching us a little bit. Let's flare everybody up around, kind of away from that hot pot. We've got enough of the splash gone now. I guess we can shock all this junk to the 11 o'clock of the HQ anyway. And here we go. Wait for it. Kaboom! Just like that, Nidus goes down to Pound Town. RZCM 3311 with the Universal Remote. Yeah, so we're probably going to be doing a lot more Universal Remote type stuff because there's more value in it when there's more health on those rocket launchers. Those rocket launchers require more GBE to take down from normal BART operations. So the hack will find more value in this tribal as a result, as you've seen. Okay, moving right along. I guess we'll get to that guy that had a heck of a lot of damage. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Here we go. 62, 132. Verify those stats. 62 and 132 is correct. What do we see? We see Laser Beam 3, which really stinks for our ZCM, and SEMO, which we also don't like, and a Shield Gen 3. Shield Gen 3 is in front, which is cool. It's got rockets that are in the back and the side. That's not cool. This is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. Shoot. Oh, what to do, what to do, what to do. Anyway, what I'm thinking is, do we want to just try to keep the laser beam under shocks? Do I want to smoke to the back? Do I want to BART it out? What am I going to do with the rockets? You know what, I'm not really sure. I need to do something real quick, though. I am going to have to make a break and cut this video, so I'll be right back. We're back. A little 12-minute break there. Look what happened. We got a village that spawned and a defense. This is really interesting. I'm curious to see this, guys. Turn this down just a smidge. How on earth did this guy fail to my base with all of his troops dying? I really want to know. And thank you for the diamonds and intel, Mr. Slide Rule. I appreciate it. Yeah. How did you mess up this badly on my base? It's going 2 times. Okay, taking out boom cannons. SEMO's going to do some work. Okay, you shocked it. So far, so good. Looks like he was running with some boost as well. Chain shocking. Is this, no? Boom cannons are doing some work for the tanks over here on the left. Shock blaster and SEMO. Shock. Boom cannon doing some more work on the left. Maybe he DC'd. Maybe it was like that bug I was telling you about, because I don't see him doing anything. Is it possible that I logged in? It is. It's possible that I logged in and he lost his attack. That's what this is, guys, because he's not doing anything with his troops. It's the bug. Remember, if you've been watching my videos, I told you about this. Was I raiding something within those 10 minutes? I don't know. Was I? I don't think so. But maybe I logged in. Maybe I just logged in and it booted him out. Let's see, 12 minutes ago I was defending. Did I do an attack? No, 19 minutes ago was my last attack. It's possible I logged in because I was responding back to a chat that I wanted to see. So maybe Maybe because this is exactly what that looks like, guys. It looks like he lost his connection. He got that client server out of sync stuff. It might have been when I was logging in to respond to it. Let me just check what time that was. No, I said that message 17 minutes ago. Weird. Maybe he just DC'd. It had nothing to do with me logging in because I don't think I was logged in. Anyway, I don't know, but that's what happened. So. And then he comes back. He still loses a few troops to me, but hey, we'll take it. We love the diamonds and intel. So, anyway, back to where we were, guys. Sorry for the delay. I just had some things to take care of. Right, this guy looks pretty anti-RZCM. I think just for grins, let's give TGM 152 a shot on this. And remember, this guy has a heck of a lot of damage boost. So, in particular for bullet, that really means watch out for the sniper towers. Cannons and boom cannons are already capped. Anytime you add more damage to them, it's still taken up by his pain tolerance, so it makes no difference. What it does make a difference on, in particular, are things like sniper towers. Okay, well, with TGM 152, we just don't like the shock launchers. What did this guy change his stats? Well, how would I have him marked? Sorry, it's the A level base, the 11470. We'll get to him. We'll probably do the same thing on him. No, we were looking at the 6th level base. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. 62, 132. This is why we always verify stats. Right. Excuse me. So this guy has the SEMO, Laser Beam 3, and Shield Gen 3 just in front, waiting for us to take it. Sniper towers are going to hurt. Might want to consider keeping them under shock. Just drop everybody kind of on the right. Bullet center. Barred out. Both shock launchers, and take it from there. See how it goes. Okay, we just don't want to let things like hit our tanks because they'll get one shot basically. That's about it. Time won't be too much of an issue, so we'll just go ahead and drop bullet first. Then, well, actually, we'll do our BART job first. Then we'll drop bullet. 2 barrage on this guy, 1 barrage, and probably 3 artillery. We'll start with 2 and 3. Okay, dropping bullet. Everybody else, go ahead and shock this junk on the right. You need to keep an eye on SEMO and make sure he doesn't do bad things to our healers and grens. Boom cannon might take out a healer. Yes, it does. Okay, I like how things are looking right now. I do want to make sure we get this boom cannon off to the left taken care of so that we'll start picking off our troops. Otherwise, sniper tower is going to do some work to the Gren, so we'll go ahead and give it a shock. Shocks are not cheap in tribals anymore, though, guys, so need to not use a whole bunch of shocks. Okay, we like where Bullet is, although he is in sniper tower alley. SEMO, we are in range, so let's shock him. Bullet's going to need another drink. We need to keep SEMO under shocks now. Shocking. And we don't want to be slow about it. Let's give Bullet a drink to hurry up and get back up to the sniper towers. The good thing about putting that shield gen right in front of the SEMO, that's definitely an early shock on the SEMO, but that's okay. The good thing about putting that shield gen right in front of the SEMO is that the splash damage or the overthrow of the Grens will just eat it up beautifully. Now we've got boom cannon issues off to the right of the HQ. Let's go ahead and flare back down there. Let's try to save Bullet if we can. That boom mine might be the end of him. Now is where things get a little bit dicey. There's a heck of a lot of damage. That laser is going to hurt. We almost have enough for a heal. Let's go ahead and drop that heal. Gonna probably need to flare that boom cannon. Flare to the boom cannon. Yeah, it's rough, guys. It's rough. We're gonna get it. Go ahead and flare a little closer to the HQ. Just go for the burn. We've got 8 healers. They should be able to keep up. It's a lot of damage, though, guys. Don't forget. But it's a race. We're gonna win this race. I hope. I hope. Well, we're committed to it either way. Here we go. Kaboom! Just like that. Klitz goes down to Pound Town with the TGM 152, aka Bullet's Best. Yeah, it's costly. But yeah, this tribal's a bit rough, guys. There's no doubt about it. It's really tough for RZCM with the increased health to the rockets, and we don't really have a good buff to supplement that. We have cryo health. What the freaking do? Yeah, so I guess we're back to the A-level base now. Take a look at him. It was a very similar layout, huh? No, we had 2 shield gens. Yeah, we got the shield gen 3, shield gen 3, and we got laser beam 3 smack dab in the front. Right. And of course he has the Rocket Tribal. Oh yeah, he does. Okay. This is tricky. This is tricky. What are the stats? 11470. Let's verify that. No, the health has gone down. He's now a 101. He's a 10170. He must have lost a boost on a Guardian. Probably this one right here. That helps us a little bit. Let's just stick with TGM. I think we can do it. There's more health, but there's less prototypes to worry about. So I think TGM's a good call here. Alright, let's give it a shot, see what happens. We are Masterpiece boosted, so that helps. Let's go 2 barrage on the shock launcher. Gonna require an artillery or 2 probably. Give it 1 and 2. Okay. Looking at that right flank, it's doing okay. Give Bullet that drink. Put a shock on that right flank. Quickly. Uh-oh. Didn't see that boom cannon fast enough, taking out our tank. Go ahead and shock the boom cannon and a laser. Give Bullet a drink just to hurry up the process over there. Oh yeah, we do have that shock launcher to worry about, don't we? We'll shock the shock and boom cannons up top. Drop a heal on that right flank. Give Bullet a drink. 74 GBE. Cycle shocks on the shock launcher and boom cannons to the left of the HQ there. 73 GB, 32 for our next drink, 27 for the next shock. After he shocks Bullet, I'm going to take that drink. I should take it now. We'll burn that shock launcher. Let's turn the right corner of the HQ. Let's drop some smokes. I'd like those healers to follow, please. We're going to need to have a shock on that boom cannon. At least they didn't get the tank. Drop a heal down for all this incoming splash right now. We do have some cheap critters. Where can we put those critters? We can put the critters on the machine gun above the center rocket launcher. That'll get a little distraction for us. Maybe we just keep things where they are. 2 minutes 7 seconds. I think we'll be able to burn through. I like how Bullet's collecting GBE because he's gonna have enough for his next drink. Yeah, we will burn through this. I was kind of hoping Bullet would do a little more distraction of the rockets, but it doesn't seem to be the case, especially when he's walking that direction. So far, so good. Everything's managed. Everything's under control. I know it's a bit boring, but there's no point in reflaring at the moment. Okay. Bullet's making his way around. Because now we'll get rid of this rocket, which is awesome. He's also getting lower in health, which we like, that means we'll be increasing his DPS. We've only got 1 healer working on Bullet at the moment. Yep, it'll work out just fine. I'm still surprised that rocket hasn't looked towards Bullet. Well, they obviously never fixed the rocket launcher bug in the update. Nor did they say they did, so we didn't expect it. But it'd be nice if they did. I mean, Bullet's right there. Hello, rocket launcher. Look at Bullet, the guy that's now coming to kill you. I mean, now I know he's in the dead zone now, but before he was definitely closer to the rocket launcher than all his other troops were down there. We could have fixed that with a smoke on the troops or a shock on the rocket launcher, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, we can flare up now. Get everybody nice and close, tucked together, cover up that healer. Look how Bullet's health is nice and low for us, too, coming into the burn. Okay. And we'll hit that energy drink right about now. Boom, 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 kaboom, just like that. Asian letter player goes down to Pound Town. TGM 152, pulling it out once again with our Masterpiece boosts. So, I think it's going to wrap up that video there. Don't think there's anything else to kill. I think there was an NPC, but we won't worry about him. Yeah, just that NPC base. Yeah, so that's it. Anyway, let me know what you think about these tribal abilities and what this means for the possible meta going forward. I believe it's going to be all our ZCM, even though I just did 2 TGM 152 attacks, those were boosted. So there's still there's still going to be like a room for those attacks, but as the bases become more evolved to the current meta with the prototypes and everything, you're going to see less opportunity for TGM, and RZCM is going to be pretty effectively shut down. Be my guess. So anyway, as always, guys, I think we're wrapping it up here. Hope you have a super fantastic, awesome day, and remember, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great day.